If the squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop, goop, dodge. Big bang plays on FaceTime. If the squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop, goop, dodge. Big bang plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, cool, dodge. Big bang plays on FaceTime.
What's up? What's going on, Niner faithful? It's your boy Niner Sickness with a quick live before the game. Bringing my boy in, Mike, Mr. Florida Mike. Give me 1 second. Bringing him in. Boom, 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 boom. There he is. What's up, Mike?
What's going on, my brother out there in the Bay? What's good?
What's good, man? Let's talk some football. Let's talk some Packer game. We don't have that much time. The game starts in a few. What time is it? It starts in about a half hour, 20 to 40 minutes. But let's talk some 49er football and some Green Bay Packers. What do you think the game's going to be today, man? How do you think the game's going to turn out?
We win. San Francisco wins 10-1.
Right on, brother. Right on. It's not a far-fetched situation. The Green Bay Packers do have Aaron Rodgers. They do have Aaron Jones, and they have the Smith brothers. But if there is a weakness in that Packers defense, it's definitely down the middle, and that's where Deebo Samuel, Emmanuel Sanders is going to feast. And now that we have George Kittle back in the mix, they're just going to feed. And Kyle Shanahan is, that guy he's game plan for this team. He's played with LaFleur, their coach. Their coach was underneath him in Atlanta. He knows them. He taught him a lot of things. So the teachers will definitely school the student tonight, and Kyle Shanahan over their coach, LaFleur. Plus, we have their brother on our team, so I think our brother can give us a little insight on that. But I think overall, man, I think it's going to be a good game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, personally. I think it's going to be a little bit closer than what people think. But if it is a blowout, I'm okay with that as well. But I think it's going to be a little bit closer than what people think. And I'm excited to see what Jimmy G. Garoppolo does. I wanna ask you, do you think with Kittle coming back today, our game goes back to where it was once before dominant? Because we lost our running game the last 3 games. Do you think we get it back tonight?
Yeah, I mean, Kittle's presence alone is going to help improve. We don't play worse with Kittle. We play better. But I will say Kittle hasn't played a couple weeks. It hasn't been as long as some of our other injured players, like our tackles, when they miss more than that. Hopefully he doesn't have a lot of rust, but I think he'll be fine. I mean, he's George Kittle. He plays. I think our running game is going to pick up tonight because now teams understand Kittle's presence brings a dimension to where teams aren't going to really be stacking the box as much. They got to really be playing the passing threat at bay. So it's going to open up that running game. So what's the status on Breida? Because I know he was hurt. Is he still out today?
Breida will not be playing tonight. He is out. He's ruled out.
Yeah,
but we'll be okay because we got Tevin Coleman. We got I know Breida's a beast within himself, but we have Tevin Coleman, we have Mostert and Raheem Mostert, and we definitely have Jeff Wilson Jr.
Yeah.
So we'll be okay to run that ball especially against that weak ass defense of the Packers.
And let's not forget we have Juice.
Definitely have Juice back. Yes, sir.
Yep. I tell you what, man, what I'm excited about first and foremost is Kittle coming back. It's a breath of fresh air. But I'm really excited to see our offensive line, man. I know everybody's happy to see Kittle too with me, but I'm really ready to see how our offensive line just keeps holding up because, like you said, the run game has been struggling. So I'm going to be paying attention to that, and I have confidence that Garoppolo is going to have a heck of a night tonight. I really believe he's going to play well.
What do you think his stats are going to be by the end of the game?
Oh man, that's hard, man, because now that we got Kittle back, is and Debo stepping up, it could be a hell of a night, man. Like he might go off tonight, man, like he did on the Cardinals when we played them the first time. If Debo keeps putting up that production of 100 yards plus receiving, and knowing what George Kittle can bring with Emmanuel Sanders, man, we could be in for a big game from him. But we're gonna see, man, because at the end of the day, we still got to get that run game going, and that's I think that run game will be helped with that passing attack in full effect tonight. I'm honestly expecting a win. I expect to win every time we play, of course, but the reality is we are better than Green Bay. Now, will we execute? Has yet to be seen, but we are better than Green Bay.
Definitely. And the key word is, will the Niners execute the game plan? Will they stay disciplined? Will they stay in their lane, do their job, not try to do too much, but contain Aaron Jones, contain Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers is going to get his place. He's going to get his throws down the field. But can that defense limit the big plays, the 20, 40-yarder touchdown? I think tonight, in order for us to really successfully win, DeForest Buckner needs to really step up tonight. The two tackles of that offensive line they're good for the Packers. They've been protecting Aaron Rodgers very well all season, but that interior line has been bad. This is an opportunity for DJ Jones, who will be back, and DeForest Buckner to destroy that line and penetrate and push Aaron Rodgers to the outside, so that Nick Bosa and Eric Armstead or Dimitri Moore can do their job. So DeForest Buckner has to have a superb night, and we will definitely destroy the Packers and Aaron Rodgers. Because Aaron Rodgers, one thing we know about Aaron Rodgers, as good as people say he is, and he is good, if you disrupt his timing, if you get in his face, if you don't have to necessarily sack him, but if he feels your presence coming from left to right, he will make mistakes. He will throw the ball early. He gets frustrated. He gets flustered. And all you got to do is get into Aaron Rodgers' head. If Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead, DeForest Buckner, and DJ Jones. Now, listen, I wish D Ford was playing tonight. We're going to miss D Ford. But with that said, we have depth in the front line. And this is where we're going to show the NFL that even though we lose one of our key components as the status of a D Ford, we can still come around and put pressure on Aaron Rodgers and have him make those mistakes. I don't care how good Davante Adams is. I don't care how good Aaron Jones is. If the ball cannot get to them on time because he's being harassed by our defensive line, we're going to make plays to win that game, and that's what's important. And I think the Niners defense is capable. I really believe that the offense is not really going to be the one that wins this game. They're going to put up their points. But I think our defense is key on what we do. I really feel that Sherman's going to get an interception tonight against Aaron Rodgers. If you remember when the Panthers came into play at Levi, the whole thing was Kyle Allen had thrown 0 interceptions. That was the thing. Remember the whole talk. Mm-hmm. Kyle Allen, he's young, he's a rookie, but he hasn't thrown no interceptions. That guy's playing flawed. What did he do? Now, the last 3 games, we have been playing a mobile quarterback, twice with Kyle Murray and one with Russell Wilson. Okay, the Niners defense has been biting at their bit to play a more less mobile quarterback. As Aaron Rodgers can move. Yes, he's moved, but he is nowhere the same caliber of a mobile quarterback as Russell Wilson, and definitely not Kyle Murray. He's more of a third down. He'll run to try to get the first down, but he's never thinking run first. He's thinking pass. And that's where Nick Bosa is going to destroy And their tackles they're in for a field. It's going to be a fun game to watch. But the Niners need to take a lead quick. But real quick, and I'm going to turn it over to you, Mike. Is one of the things that I really want the Niners to do is I want them to control the clock, control the tempo, and the run game. They got to run the ball. Even though we know that we know that Jimmy G can do it. We know he can throw for 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. We know he can do that. But I am more confident if we run the ball down their throat and keep Aaron Rodgers off the field. What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think our defense is certainly um, tailored to attack Green Bay. Like you mentioned about mobile quarterbacks that we've been playing a couple weeks, and we are certainly doing well. When we played the Rams earlier this year, I know that they're taking a dip this season, but we showed up in that Rams game, and they kind of had some offensive weapons that were concerning, similar to what Green Bay has. But we stepped up. Our defense got pressure on Goff, and we made them play bad. So hopefully we get that same production or better production tonight, because Aaron Rodgers is definitely a different caliber quarterback than Goff. But as far as having playmakers on the outside, the Rams have some threats out there, receiver with Cup, Cooks, and all those guys that they have. So Woods. So like Packers have some guys out there that are a threat on the receiving end as well. They just have a much better quarterback. But like you said, when Aaron Rodgers comes to the Bay Area, he hasn't really been successful. The last few times he's been out here, we've been shredding that cheese. So that's the goal tonight. When Green Bay shows up, we show out in the Bay, and this game is pivotal. Not looking too far ahead, but we need to win these type of NFC matchup games, because going into the playoffs, we want that number 1 seed or the top 2 seeds, and we need that home field advantage. I definitely don't want to see a California team playing in Lambeau or on the road in general. I want that home field. So these games are crucial right here. So one game at a time.
That's correct. All we can do is play one game at a time. Our focal point tonight is to get past Green Bay. A lot of us want to blow Green Bay by. A lot of us want to, a lot of people say it's going to be a blowout. A lot of people are going to say it's going to be a close game. It doesn't matter which one it is. As long as we come out with a W at the end of the night, stay one game ahead of Seattle, and stay in that first seed, because the problem is that the Niners lose tonight. If they lose tonight, the possibility of them moving from number 1 seed to the number 5 seed it will happen. And now they're going to have to work their way back up. We need to win this game. A lot of people have been talking all week. Who needs this win more? I don't think Minnesota is such a threat to the Vikings with Kirk Cousins than Seattle with Russell against us, because they're one game behind the Packers and Seattle's one game behind us. But I think Seattle's a better team than the Minnesota Vikings. So if you ask me which team needs to win tonight more, it's the 49ers. And it's prime time. This is what the media has always been putting the 49ers down all season. It don't matter how good the Niners are. The Niners, it's because of their defense. We can't depend on Garoppolo. When Garoppolo does, they make excuses about our team. It doesn't matter. That family unit playing within that locker room is not worried about what the outside interference says. They're playing poised. They're playing solid football. They're playing it's a brotherhood. They're playing for each other. And I would love them to make a statement tonight and show the NFL on Sunday night that we don't care if it's Aaron Rodgers. We don't care if it's the Ravens or if it's the Saints. As long as the Niners play their type of football, discipline, run the ball, stop the run, go after the quarterback, we will be fine. We will do it. As long as the Niners take care of their spot, we will be fine. We don't have to concern ourselves too much about other teams as long as the Niners do what they do. I heard earlier today that Robbie Gould has been out there kicking 45-yarders earlier today, so without any pain. So it looks like he's definitely – I don't know if he's going to start tonight, but he's definitely on his way back and could play tonight. My concern, Mike, is I want to see the movement of Emmanuel Sanders when he gets hit, and I want to see what happens to George Kittle when he gets hit, how they respond to a couple of hits, because both of them are dealing with injuries that even though they're playing better, I want to see if they can sustain that after a couple of hits, and that's going to kind of ease my nerves. But right now, I'm more concerned of, okay, when Kittle gets hit, okay, what's his response? Is he getting back up right away? Is Emmanuel gets tackled? Is he getting back up right away and running, jogging to the huddle, not walking to the huddle? Those are the things that I want to look at. But what areas, in your opinion, real quick, Mike, do you think that are weaknesses for the defense of the Green Bay Packers that we can exploit if we take care of our business? What can we do to exploit that defense, in your opinion?
Yeah, I'd be glad to answer that. Real quick, to your point about the media, I'm gonna say this real quick. The media, I don't listen to the media, and I'm gonna tell you why. The media is propaganda. They're gonna always hate on the 49ers. We're a West Coast team. We don't get love like that. The reality is this: we won 4 games last year, and this year, these guys are the same guys who said we wouldn't even be contending for the playoffs. Now they're changing their tune, and now they're saying that we're overrated because we haven't played anybody. It's amazing how a 4-win team last year, who was never expected to make the playoffs by all of these so-called gurus, are now saying that we're overrated. So they're changing their tune. They're inconsistent. They're haters. They're skeptics. All they want to do is read from a script. The reality is our record speaks for itself. We're in the NFL Big Boy League 9-1. You don't get to be 9-1 and overrated, period. So to go from 4 wins to 9 wins is a hell of a increase. And the reality is the Niners just need to keep playing football and not even worry about it. Niner fans, don't listen to these idiots. But get into the question of Green Bay. We can run on them. We can exploit a lot more than a lot of other teams have done. If you saw the Chargers game, I didn't watch that whole game, but the Chargers, man, they did a pretty damn good job. Green Bay they lost to the Chargers. I mean, the Chargers, they haven't really been playing so well. And when Green Bay I believe they lost to the Eagles as well. The Eagles are always up and down. But these teams have shown the ability to do a lot of things to their defense that exploit weaknesses. And I don't feel like neither one of those teams, the Eagles or the Chargers, have, you know, everything that we do. We have Kittle, we got kicking game, we have offense, we got run game, we got everything. So I think we'll exploit them, especially tonight with our weapons. They're not gonna see what's coming. I really believe we're gonna win this game, and I'm hoping Kittle and Sanders are healthy and good to go for the duration of the game, and Debo as well, because we need those guys. We need everybody out there. We're still a team that I feel, for depth reasons, depth purposes, we might be we're ready now, but we could still use that experience. We got depth, but that experience just needs to keep growing. And Debo's getting there. I would like to see Pettis make the same strides as Debo. That's what I would want to see, because that's just another weapon.
Good, good. And I agree with you 100%. I just want to read out what, I don't know if you can see it yourself. I put it up on the screen, but Nathaniel says, Mike, but you listen to the fans that say similar things to the media. What's your response to that?
So so fans, yeah, I do listen to our fans, you know what I mean? Because they're 49er fans. I know what Nate is referring to, man. He gonna put some personal detail out there. That's why I love you, Nate. But nah, the media, the one thing about the media, these guys have a platform. These little fans that are haters of our team, they don't have a platform. So if I entertain them, that's my social circle. But these guys on TV, they have a platform, man, and they really create an energy that non-Niner fans and even some Niner fans think that, oh, we might be overrated. This is going to be a test. This is going to be a test. It's funny how our schedule's harder than New England, but because New England's a perennial Super Bowl appearing team, they have had the weaker schedule, but yet nobody has anything negative to say about them. They play in the weakest division in football for the last 20 years. Let that sink in. But they're okay because they win. So all San Francisco got to do is just win. It'll shut everything up. Winning kills it all.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say this too, brother. I think with San Francisco, man, the reality is people are surprised that we took off like this, and I think at the end of the day, as long as we continue to perform the way that we're doing, as long as we're competing and we win, it's gonna go away, man. You know what I mean? These people are always going to be skeptics, man. They're going to say whatever they want. I would ask these skeptics on these platforms, if I had a voice to talk to them, I would ask them, how many players on our team have seen a winning record that has played more than 2 full seasons? Most of these guys on our team, that are on the offensive side of the ball, especially, we got a lot of young talent on this team. We got Garoppolo, who's barely played, who just recently eclipsed a full season of games as a starting quarterback in the NFL. We got Deebo Samuel, rookie. McGlinchey, young guy. Kittle's still young. We got a lot of guys who haven't seen a winning record. So for us to have that type of team and to be doing anything, we're far from overrated. In fact, we're overachievers. So we just got to keep winning.
I agree real quick. Let's see what Nathaniel says. He says Emmanuel Mosley is going to start over Ahkello. That's a good call. I just want to emphasize on that, because on that point, Ahkello Witherspoon has been playing good. He's had good 3 practices, but Emmanuel Mosley has been playing lights out. He's been playing good. What we saw what happened when we removed Skull and brought in Joe Staley and Mike McClinchy. They came in a little rusty. A game like tonight with Aaron Rodgers, you don't want to put Ahkello Witherspoon in chance that he gets burned, because he's not good, but because he's rusted coming back from injury. Well, Emmanuel Mosley is kind of in the groove. He's feeling it. He's been playing for a couple of games, and I think that's the best bet to go, is to start Emmanuel. And I like that Kyle Shanahan and Robert Saleh is doing that, most definitely, starting him over Ahkello, and maybe gradually bring in Ahkello on a couple of plays here and there, kind of ease him into the game. But my eyes are on George Kittle, man. My eyes are on George Kittle. But I do agree with you 100% on the media. The media, they're a joke. They're there. I mean, like Stephen A. The guy doesn't even watch football. He don't even break down film. His commentary is. I enjoy when he talks about the Cowboys, because I don't like the Cowboys, but in the same token, he doesn't watch football. He doesn't break film. He just talks first take. You know what I mean? That's all he does, is he talks based on what he sees in the game. Well, you can't refer to a team based on one game that you see for that week. You got to look at the whole picture. You got to look at where they come from, what direction they're heading, where they're at, what strides they're providing. But it's okay. Haters are going to hate, and that's fuel for the Niners to continue to fuel themselves going forward. Because the reality is, I don't know about you, Mike, but I was talking to Nate earlier on the phone, and I was telling him that at the beginning of the season, based on how we played last year, I was like, listen, if we can make the playoffs as a 6 seed, I'm good. Man, as long as we make the playoffs, that was my mentality, because I didn't know how good we were going to be. Anybody that said that we're going to be 9-1 today, they're full of it. They can be wishful thinking, but anybody that said that we would have been 9-1 at this juncture, I'm not trying to be judgmental, but I think they're just full of it. I don't think they would have. I don't know about you, but I never thought we were going to be at this record at this juncture. So coming into the season, I'm like, man, if we get into the 6th seed and make the playoffs, I was happy with that. But here we are, the ability to keep the number 1 seed. Now, it doesn't mean that I want to go to the 5th seed. It doesn't mean that, but I agree with Nate. One thing, I want to keep the 1 seed, of course. Who doesn't want to have a bye? Who doesn't want to rest? I absolutely. But if the Niners are meant to be to the Super Bowl, no matter what seed they're in, they're going to do what they got to do to get there. And they're gonna battle through. So with that said, do I want the number 1 seed? Yes. Do I want to buy? Yes. Who doesn't? For me to say no, it's just idiotic. But if whatever happens, at the end of the season they don't find themselves in the number 1 seed, as long as they're in the playoffs. Because we all know this. Once the playoffs start, everybody's 0-0.
Absolutely.
The record goes out the window. It doesn't matter if you won 20 games, if you won 5, it's 0-0. Anything, it's a whole new ball game in the playoffs. Anything can happen. If somebody can get hot at the last minute, and just spark it up and go forward. Me and Nathaniel were talking earlier. We thought that the last team, the last 6 seed, or the only 6 seed that has gone from the 6 seed to the Super Bowl and won it, was the Green Bay Packers with Aaron Rodgers being the 6 seed, winning it all, and then going to the Super Bowl and winning it. And anything can happen. So, of course, I want the number 1 seed. I want the rest. I mean, I want to play at home. I mean, I'd rather play at home than play in Lambeau. I definitely rather play at home than play in Louisiana, in that hostile environment. So for me to sit there and go, oh, I don't care. No, that's idiotic on my part. I do care. But if we do happen to end up in a 5 seed, I still believe that our defense, a good defense and a good running game, travels very well. And we have that. As long as we can establish a running game again, we have the defense, a good defense and a running game. We have that. So we have a team that can travel. With that said, I do want to play at home. And I think as long as the Niners take care of their business, Mike, I think the Niners will be okay. I think the Niners will win tonight. If you had to ask me what team do you if we had to lose one out of the 3 games that we're playing, the 3 next games, I would like to lose to the Ravens. Only because the Ravens are an AFC team. It does not affect our conference. It doesn't affect our side of the ball. So if I have to lose to a team, it would be the Ravens and not the Saints or the Packers. Those teams have to be winnable games. You know what I mean? And the way that, I mean, Philadelphia should have beaten the Seahawks today, man, but their offense couldn't do nothing. Yep. Their defense, the Eagles' defense, did everything they possibly could to win that game. But that Eagles, I mean, Wentz is trash. I don't know why they got rid of Nick Foles, but that's a whole different situation. But I think tonight's going to be a good game. Who do you think is going to be the leading receiver in this game, real quick, in your opinion?
Kittle.
Really? Let me ask you, why do you say that?
I think he's hungry as hell. He's been out for 2 weeks. You seen him on in the press box last game. He was jumping up and down. I think he's ready to come back and just whoop some ass. You know, they're probably going to try to double team him, though, and try to take away, and then you're going to have Debo step up. But I don't think they have an answer for Kittle. I just don't. I think Kittle's going to go off no matter what. I think he's going to smash mouth him. I think he's going to come in and put up some good numbers tonight. But then again, you know, if our running game is on point, man, it might be spread out too. We have a type of offense to where Sanders is going to have some big plays. You know, Debo's going to make some plays, and he's been doing well for a rookie, especially for the last couple of weeks. So who knows? Debo might have a breakout game tonight for all we know. But I would say Kittle, man. I'm gonna go with the Pro Bowler, the guy who's making everybody look bad out there.
Yeah, that's a good assessment. I think Kittle will be he'll do good for us, but I don't think he'll be the focal point tonight. I'm really thinking Kendrick Bourne is the one that's going to step up tonight and surprise a lot of people.
I hope so, man. And
because everybody's game planning for Debo. Debo stepping up. People are definitely game planning for Emmanuel Sanders and Kittle. I think that I don't know about Dante Pettis if he's going to play tonight. Dante Pettis has been in the doghouse of Kyle Shanahan. He hasn't taken opportunities that have been given to him to show Kyle Shanahan that he needs to play more. But tonight, hopefully that will change. Hopefully he will get some playing time and take advantage of some opportunities. But I think Kendrick Bourne is one that I would like to keep an eye on. I think he's gonna be our leading receiver for tonight against that defense. But we do know that the Packers can't protect and defend tight ends, and with Dwally and Kittle, we're definitely going to take care of our business. But I think Kendrick Bourne has to have a good game for us, and hopefully Dante Pettis steps up. Man, that kid has potential. I don't know if things got it too much into his head. I think he's thinking too much. That's another thing that I like about Debo. Debo has started to think less and react more, and that's what you want from receivers. You want to start thinking less and reacting more. Debo is definitely showing stride and heading in the right direction. He's showing promise, And man, once Debo picks up the offense good, and once he gets confident, because he's not confident yet, he's building that confidence. Once Debo gets that confidence that he knows he's the man, watch out, NFL. Debo's going to be someone to be reckoned with, and I'm not saying that as a homer, as a Niner fan. I'm just stating the obvious. He's a good receiver. He said, he leads the NFL in for rookies, I believe, or all receivers, if I'm not mistaken, in missed tackles. That's not bad for a young kid like that. You know what I mean?
Nope.
And so if he can turn a 5-yard pass into a 60-yard gain, hey, more power to it. That reminds me a lot of Joe Montana and Jerry Rice and John Taylor, little Dick and Dunks that ran it. They ran it in for touchdowns, 40-yard, 50-yard touchdowns. So I'm looking for that, and I think Tevin Coleman needs to step up tonight and have a good game. I think Tevin Coleman needs to have at least a good 100-yard game, 2 touchdowns game. And again, if we can continue to control the tempo, the best way to beat Aaron Rodgers, you know how, is to keep him off the field. If we can keep him on the sideline and make him a spectator, watching our offense move the ball, that is the best way we can and definitely beat the Packers. So it's going to be a fun game, Mike. It's definitely going to be fun. We need this win. I pray that the atmosphere, the crowd gets into it. I pray that they get loud, get nasty, because believe it or not, players do feed off the crowd noise. They feed off of it, man. They feed, especially the defense. They feed off of it. They feed off the energy. So they need to feel that energy. They need to feel that support. But one of the things that I do not want to see the Niners start slow. They can't fall 0-16 like they did to the Cardinals. They can't fall behind 2 touchdowns to the Packers and try to fight back. Not that they can't fight back, but they can't fall short. They got to start fast. They got to play fast. They got to I would love for their first possession to score a touchdown. That'll be a great way to start the segment, personally. But so before we call it, because it is the game will be starting shortly. What do you think your prediction is of tonight's game, and who's going to be the MVP in your opinion for tonight?
Not really good at making predictions. I just say we're gonna win. I mean, I believe we can win by 10 plus, personally.
Wow. Okay.
You know, I honestly, I mean, I've seen Green Bay struggle, some this season as well as did we, but I don't think Green Bay, man. I mean, we're better, man. Period. Like the Chargers lost. There's the thing about having a bad game, but man, the Chargers just beat them. You know what I mean? And to me, the Chargers, they're not better than Seattle. They're not better than some of the teams we played, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens, man. If we execute, the one thing I don't want to see, and I know it's inevitable because Garoppolo's aggressive. He's going to go for it, and I love it. But I would love to just see, no interceptions, man, for me.
Yeah, that's key.
It feels like every game is like, okay, go ahead and get the pick out the way so we can start moving. I don't want to have a pick today. That's just me personally. If it comes on a tip ball, so be it. But not anything thrown straight at someone, and Lord will a pick 6. I mean, that'd just be devastating. But I think Garoppolo is still learning, still growing. I mean, we got to be honest. Even though we have success, we still can't forget Garoppolo. His overall record is barely eclipsed a full season, barely. So, he's still growing, man, and we just have to be patient with the lumps. But if our biggest worries, if our fans worry about this stupid media that talks so bad about Garoppolo and recklessly, like, I don't watch this media, but I got a lot of people in my corner that watch this media, and they bring this to me, and I tell them all the time, he is 9-1 this season. His overall record as a starting quarterback, he only lost 3 games?
Yeah, 16 or 17-3.
17-3, and we're sitting here. You got these stupid idiots who was comparing him to the Aaron Rodgers, the Russell Wilsons. How many games do they got under their belts? It's just ridiculous. If he's 17-3, that's 20 games. He's only played 20 games as a starter in the NFL. It's ridiculous compared to guys who had years of starting experiences. So if our biggest worry is a 17-3 quarterback, I'll take it. Ask Miami Dolphins, would they have a 17-3 quarterback? Ask the
Yeah,
Bengals, would they have a 17-3 quarterback? It's a whole lot of teams that's in the lower tier of the NFL would love to have the problem of being 9-1 with a 17-3 quarterback. So again, the media's job is to create controversy, stir the pot, you know what I mean, just to have something to talk about. Because what can you really, with facts, I asked the media if you was watching this show, because our show is better than yours, if you was able to watch this show, what facts do you have to support anything you say about us being overrated? Saying that we haven't played anybody, opinions. We're in the NFL. Everybody is somebody. It might not be the
correct.
best of the best, but this is the highest level of football. If you say that our schedule's weak, opinion, because we got teams that have weaker schedules in other divisions and other conferences. So it's just I want to hear facts. I want to hear a whole bunch of facts to say why a 9-1 team is overrated and why we're not this, why we're not that. When you same media critics were the same ones saying we won't even make the playoffs this year. It's just funny. Now all of a sudden we're overrated, but before the season started, we suck.
Yep.
Which one is it?
Well, just to reference on what Sherman said as we end the show, Richard Sherman told the media, if you say we sucked in the beginning of the season, continue to say we suck.
Right on.
If you continue to say that we're not going to make the playoffs, continue to think that we don't change
Absolutely
your perspective or your narrative because we're doing good. Stay to your guns. Stay true to yourselves. If you say we sucked and we're not good, stay that way. The bottom line is, if you're a faithful Niner fan, listen, I'm not saying to think out of the box. I'm not saying to get crazy with it. But if you're a faithful Niner fan, you're going to believe in your team no matter what. You're going to ride and die with your team. You never say that another team is better than your team, even if they are. You always want to root for your team. I can't stand talking to Niner fans that say, well, I want my Niners to win tonight, but realistically, I really believe the Packers are going to win. Well, I mean, that's their opinion, but listen, the Niners are not going to lose until they lose, in my opinion. That's my team. I'm not going to go into battle. Can you imagine going into battle knowing you're going to die, or going into battle knowing you're going to get destroyed? Well, you need to go into a battle with confidence and believe in your troops and believe in yourself. And the Niners believe in themselves. They don't believe in the media. They're not believing in Stephen A. They're not believing in nobody else but themselves. And that's all that matters. You know what? You know who they're believing? Is Kyle Shanahan. And that's who they need to believe in. It's Kyle Shanahan. They're buying into what Kyle Shanahan is offering. And that's all that matters. And real quick, for all those that wanted AB in this locker room, this close unity, can you imagine the distraction this group would have been with the indoor distraction like that? Listen, the one player that has not played for us since preseason is Dimitri. What's his last name? The one that Dimitri Moore. Mm-hmm. Okay, he came back last week. He broke the huddle. You know what he broke the huddle with? Family. That's what he said. He didn't say Niners. He said family. It's all about family with this team. This guy hasn't even played for us since preseason. First game in the NFL in the regular season, and he breaks the huddle by saying family. That is what we preach within our locker room, and that's all they need to do is continue to believe in themselves no matter what. And tonight they're going to show the rest of the world what they already know, who they are, what's their identity, and what they can do to beat this Packers. Is it going to be easy? No, because Packers are, like you said, anything can happen in any given Sunday. All teams are professionals. They gotta make sure they don't make mistakes. That's what I don't care how good of a team you are. You make mistakes, you're gonna lose. And as good as Jimmy is, and as good as Jimmy will be, he does need to eliminate the interceptions. You are absolutely 100%. He needs to not. Green Bay is not a team you need to help win. They can do that on their own. Jimmy G needs to make sure if he plays mistake free tonight and throws over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns, I'm not even saying 400 yards, over 250 yards with a good running game, that this game is ours. So it's going to be, to me, it's going to be the battle of the third down. Our defensive third down ratio compared to the Packers' offensive third down ratio. If we can beat that ratio, we will, at the end of the game, we will come ahead winning this game. So anyway, the game starts in about 10 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and shut down. Let's enjoy the game. Root for your Niners, man, and no matter what, stay faithful, stay committed. If you're up for it a little bit after the show, man, if you want to come up and talk a little bit after the show, Mike, let me know. I'll text you during the game, and we can probably do a live and talk a little bit about a reaction of the game if you're up for it.
Maybe I am up for it. I'm gonna be up, so I'm gonna be watching.
Maybe by that time Nate will be home and he can participate as well. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching 99er Sickness Podcast. I am your boy Niner Sickness. This is your boy Mike, Florida Mike, and we are glad for you guys to be watching. Root for your Niners. Let's beat the Packers. My prediction is 38 Niners, 28 Packers. Let's go.
Let's go Niners, man. Let's get it. Ready to go.
Let's do this, man. Let's do this. All right, brother. It was good. It was good talking to you, man. And let's enjoy that game.
Likewise, man. We'll get up tonight.
All right, brother.
Yes, sir.
I'm out of here.
All right, buddy.
All right, guys. I am out of here. Oh, where am I? Okay. Why can't I? Oh, is that what? Hold on, Mike. Oh, hold on, Mike. Sorry. Oh, I'm doubled. That's why. All right, guys. I'm out of here.
You change up, step up around me. Same squad. Drop, coupe, dodge, raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Smiling with me, then it ain't right. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. Same squad.